This morning on Daybreak, we have the results from Branson discussing about extending the city's mask ordinance. And we'll also have a look at some of the topics discussed in Springfield's City Council meeting last night. It's all ahead this hour for you on Daybreak. And good morning to you out there. It is Wednesday, September 9th. You see the flag right there because we are celebrating Red Friday Kickoff Edition. There we go, for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Joe Morano, everyone. Jennifer Abreu has the morning off. Meteorologist Elisa Raffa is here. We're talking Chiefs this morning. I've said Friday and Wednesday so many times. I don't want people at home thinking that it's Friday, okay? It is a Wednesday out there.
You're going to confuse and disappoint so many people when they're like, you mean it's not Friday?
Right. We're celebrating it for the Chiefs who kick off the season tomorrow, which is Thursday. Nija explains how you can do that and how you can help out some charity, too, in just a little bit, right?
Yeah, that flag looks awesome. You can head through drive-thrus at McDonald's to get the flag and make a donation. But as you do, be careful on the roads because it is foggy out there this morning. You've got some dense fog across the area, pretty much right along the I-44 corridor where a front is stalled. The dense fog advisory goes until 9 o'clock, where you can see those really cool low-hanging clouds and fog in Springfield right now. It is 67 degrees there. You've got a quarter-mile visibility in Springfield, a quarter-mile in Camdenton, and in Rolla. So again, be careful. Hard to see out there this morning, but it is dry. Showers arcing around the area. It is much cooler to the north and west as that strong front continues to teeter the area now, where you're starting out in the 50s in Clinton, but you still have some pretty warm and humid 60s to the south and east. You've got a very big difference on the Muggy Meter map, and the area will continue to be split through the next few days. So starting out with some fog as a road hazard this morning. You might find some wet roads this afternoon with those scattered showers and storms. As you homeschool today, you'll find some clouds outside the window. You might have a couple of showers and storms later on today. 86 degrees by dismissal with that storm threat. The latest on your cooler 7-day forecast coming up in 10 minutes. Joe?
And as we said, Red Friday marks the start of a new Chiefs season, but it also benefits the Ronald McDonald House charities. Chiefs kick off tomorrow, so today we celebrate the kickoff edition. And Nija McDonald is live in Springfield to explain how this fundraiser works. Nija, I'm starting to see cars line up behind you there.
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. Cars are lining up behind me because it is officially 6 a.m. So you can now purchase that KC Chiefs flag while also helping benefit the local community. Now, as you mentioned, Red Friday is a time when we all come together to cheer on the Chiefs, of course, but also give back to our local families in need. Now, each of these flags, the purchase of each of these flags will go towards that cause for the Ronald McDonald House charities. Now, Red Friday is the largest fundraiser for the group. Just back in 2019, they made over $500,000 just through these efforts. So it means a lot for the group. And I actually got my hand on one of these flags in case you're wondering, okay, what is it going to look like? This is what it will look like. So, of course, KC champions. Let's go ahead and fix that. Okay, it was upside down. So this is what it will look like. And again, this flag is now available for sale. They're only $5. They're available at all McDonald's locations in the Ozarks. Go out, celebrate, and give back to your community. Reporting live in Springfield, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
Hey, no matter which way you look at it, the Kansas City Chiefs are still your Super Bowl champs. So very good to see. Thank you very much, Nija. Check back in with her in just a few minutes. Masking in Branson will continue as the Board of Aldermen voted to extend the city's ordinance. Originally, it was supposed to end today. This meeting began with one woman actually refusing to wear a mask inside the council chambers, so she was taken to a separate location after being asked to leave by Branson Mayor Ed Akers. City Attorney Chris Lebec stated that the rolling 7-day average of new cases have been declining since the mandate was first implemented in late July. The floor was open for comment, though, for everyone who was for and against it.
So my point is real simple. If you choose to wear a mask, that's your choice. As an American, that's your God-given right. But it's my God-given right as an American not to wear one if I choose not to.
And as a Branson resident, I feel safe since the mask ordinance was implemented. I feel safer. It limits the spread, which we know, as our city attorney said, because the positivity rates and our 7-day rolling case averages have gone down since the implementation. Now, contrary to the initial fear that the ordinance would drive tourists away, 84% of them said it either had no impact upon or actually encouraged them to come here.
The extension does not have a definite end date. It'll stay in effect until the board votes to end it. Masking was also the issue at last night's Springfield City Council meeting. Once again, dozens gathered outside the chambers demanding to get rid of the mandate. They say it's against their, quote, basic human rights to be forced to wear one in public. However, inside those chambers, Health Director Clay Goddard addressed some past comments from those against masking, reminding people that masks are meant to protect others.
The argument you can never make is he'd have been dead except he had his seatbelt on. You know, you can never make that argument. You don't know.
I could get it tomorrow. I don't know. Any of us could get it. But I don't think the masks are doing a thing.
My wife was diagnosed with the flu back in February in Florida. When she came in with flu-like symptoms, the first thing they did was put a face mask on her. That is really the purpose of face masking, face covers, is to reduce that respiratory plume, therefore protecting people around you. And you know, we would hope that people would make that sacrifice to protect others by wearing one themselves.
Also discussed at the meeting, rezoning over 4 acres of property on South Lone Pine Avenue to commercial and multifamily buildings. If approved, it could build apartment complexes and new businesses to open up. This makes Galloway residents, though, worried about increased traffic.
It's a 12-foot pinch point behind me, and I don't understand how 1,200 cars potentially could use that. That's an average, I think they said, of 3 cars per minute.
And also for you, we're going to continue to follow that as we reached out to the developer planning on building on Lone Pine, but he has not gotten back to us. Stay tuned as we try to hear back there. In some education coverage, Springfield Public Schools will not expand its current COVID-19 leave policy for employees. Right now, faculty can take 10 days leave if they get the virus or need to quarantine. Last night, board members discussed updating the policy to make it open-ended and allow leave multiple times throughout the year. The policy failed 3-4. Those against it didn't like the idea of unlimited leave and say it goes against advice from other local organizations. Superintendent Dr. John Jungman says not many employees will be affected because most teachers are working remotely if they have to quarantine. The board will take up this issue once again in December. Also, an update for you on construction at Sunshine Elementary. Leaders are hoping to have kids back in the school on October 5th. That's not an official date, and work on the school would only be partially completed.
We're starting out with some dense fog out there this morning. Visibility is down to a quarter mile in Springfield, in Canopton, and in Rolla. So give yourself extra time, extra space, and your headlights on the roads this morning. A full look at your 7-day forecast is coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Alisa Rafa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.